Hey everybody, this is my first video. Don't even know how I'm going to start this thing or whatever like that, but I just wanted to do some sort of introduction of why I'm doing this. It's because soon we're going to be hitting a crescendo event that's just going to shake the whole hell out of this planet. And what we have is we have complete divisions, okay? And it's been going on for thousands and thousands of years. And started off with the first psyops of religions, because they're the first thing of, okay, it's us against them. And then when we had money, it's okay, it's us against them. And it's all this stuff that they throw in our face. Now you got the different movements that are going on, political things, countries, and all this stuff. And what it's doing, it's just going to basically keep us separated, and we're going to burn the whole fucking planet down. And that's the only way it's going to happen, because it's like, I mean, unless we stop and actually look at everything as a whole. Like, when you look in the mirror, you will see a billion organisms making up one thing. You step out of the planet, you see the same thing. Billions of organisms making up the same thing. Earth. And then you go beyond the galaxy, the solar system, the universe, and it's a continuous cycle of billions of organisms making up one thing, including the universe, not God or whatever like that, because it's like, once you say it like that, it's like you've already limited the potential of that being. And we're all that being. And that's just what they don't want us to understand. They want us divided, angry at each other, fear. And I mean, fear is the most thing that keeps us divided. You know, they say something to have you upset about it, so you want to go against it. And then once that happens, they'll come up with something else. And it's a psyop. Our whole world is a psyop. And it's all under control. And those of the elite, even the people you follow, is like, if you actually sat down next to them, they probably really wouldn't want to associate with you. But they want you to continuously follow them and go after them, and they, throw their money at them and everything like that, because it's just how it's been for thousands of years. But after this crescendo event that will happen eventually, I actually think in 17 months, just because of different things that I've seen. I do a lot of meditations. I've seen events that happen before it happens. I mean, you may think I'm lying, but I mean, it's true. And anybody would know me personally would know that it's true. I saw the October 7th event the day before it happened during meditation. And I saw the bridge in Baltimore come down a week before it happened. Even drew a picture because of that, and seen the same design in a shirt design. And then this year in Boga, Colombia, there was a UFO that was flying around. It's the same thing. I mean, I'll show them up here later on, but there's just a little video of an introduction to myself and why I'm doing this. And it's because I actually love you guys. I mean, I hate you all, but I do love you all, because it's like hate and love is the same emotion. Like, if I could put that little sensor on your head and bring out a little cat, and you're like, oh wow, nice little cat, and then you take out a hammer and smash it, and if you analyze the receptors in your brain, both of them would have triggered the same thing. So love is hate, and it's all of your emotions are connected, and we do everything off of emotions, but as a whole, we're emotionally unstable. And because we have these divisions that have just been manipulated in our minds throughout thousands of years. And until you actually start to empty out that glass and fill it up without the bullshit that they've been filtering into you throughout your entire life, and it's just, I don't even know what to say about this. It's just, but it's just what's going to happen soon in 17 months. I'm thinking it's going to be something to do with, what we're doing right now. It's like the whole world's like a powder keg, and everybody's running around with torches in their hand. And whether it's left, right, up, down, religious, any kind of religion and thing like that, and it's just like, even like the Christians say, oh, well, if you don't believe this, you're going to hell, and you got to have the fear of God in you. And it's just like, why do you got to have fear? And it's just like, okay, well, everybody before so-called Jesus came out. Does that mean they went to hell? I mean, your dog doesn't know Jesus. Is that your dog going to hell now too? And I mean, it's just, everybody needs to step away from their emotions and actually just think with a conscious mind, without like the ideologies that they've been manipulated to believe. And just look at it as a whole, because like I said, that there's an event that's coming up in about 17 months. I don't know what the hell it's going to be. I actually hope it's aliens and they take us over, because the children have been running this planet for way too long, and if you leave the kids to run your house, it's going to turn to shit. And that's basically what it's been. And I actually think that they conquered us 40,000 years ago, and they manipulated us and made those great grandkids and slaves and worshiped them. They gave them different things to do and different ideas to put in there to keep us divided, because we're easier to control. They could leave, the warden had left, and so you no longer see the guards and everything like that, and this whole planet's an open world prison, and we'll never be free with our attachments that we've been dragging on for thousands of years. I mean, even with money, okay? When the society collapsed, probably then in 17 months, it's like we're going to rebuild everything, but it's not going to be capitalism, communism, theocracies, or anything like that. It's going to be more like a hive mentality. And we're not going to do anything for money, because that's division, okay? We're going to do everything for the benefit of each other, like the body does. Because if Earth was a body, which it is, but if the Earth was a body and we acted like, and how we're doing, is like the Earth would be in a hospital. So if we acted like the cells in our body, where would you be? You'd be in a hospital, because it's like, oh, I'm a brain cell, I'm smarter than you, you're just a cell in a toe, or whatever like that, and you're nothing but shit. And so we really have to step back and actually think about what the fuck we're doing, because like we're all running around with torches and a powder keg, and shit's going to get real, and it's going to get real bad, and until you actually step away from your emotions and actually look at what's going on, then that's what's going to happen. But I'm just going to let this go right now, and I might make another one, but I'm actually going to have a reason for it, and I'm going to use the board back here to actually kind of simplistic things for everybody, and it may get a little controversy, but I don't mean to disrespect anybody. It's just to actually get you to think, because humanity has become excellent test takers, but shitty thinkers. We don't think about anything, and we just do what we're told. And it's time to actually do what's right for the benefit of each other, because otherwise we're just going to kill the shit out of each other. And it's going to be wrong, but that's what this world's going to do, because we are emotionally unstable, and we actually got to sacrifice those emotions, because in alchemy you don't just take something and not give back of something of equal value. And if we want this world to be better, your 1,000 years of peace, then you have to sacrifice something. But if you always keep that little ego on you, and it's not ever going to happen. We got to have a societal ego collapse, or it's going to be a world collapse, because it's just where we're headed. And until you people actually start to think about it, I mean, it's just what it is. You got to have love, and there's always going to be good and evil in this world, because it's just a balance of duality. If the whole world was good, then it'd be like if you farted and didn't say excuse me, then they're going to call you a sinner and arrest you, and that'd be a crime, because it's like, oh, you're not as good as me. And so you got to have that balance. But right now where we're at is we're completely out of balance. We're a world of sheep and wolves. And it's like the good have become sheep, and they just sit there and do nothing, because it's like, oh, I'm weak, there's nothing I can do. And then you have the wolves that are out there who are just running around rape, robbing, and pillaging. And it's just we need to become lions, because the lion is, it does eat, but it doesn't go in there and just ravage the land. It protects the land, it nourishes the land, and it becomes one with the land. And we are not one with the land, we're not one with each other. And it's just something that needs to happen, because where we're headed is not a good place, and it's going to get worse until people actually step out and look at the forest instead of just seeing the trees in the way. And so that's it. Make it about 10 minutes, and I'll make another one here in a little bit. I may actually make a bunch of videos, and just before I go to post them out there, just see where it goes. I'm not doing this for money, not doing it for fame. I'm doing it for you, because we are that being, and we are gods in our own right, because you're an entire universe within you. By the time I started this, there's organisms that have been born, died, had many generations past that, and but our perception is limited, and our time is limited. And what we're supposed to do is we're actually supposed to leave this plane by balancing out our emotions. If you have positive emotions, it has weight. If you have negative emotions, it has weight. And once you balance it out, that's how you leave this plane. And until then, you're coming back, regardless. And that's just how it is, because that's just the game that we're playing right now. It's like when you start up a video game, you watch the opening credits of everything like that, and after you've died and everything like that, and you play that game again, you don't watch those credits again. That's how our very first life was. And so you became a king, and then your next life, now you don't have that, so now you're a criminal, so you take that, and then now you're a victim, and then it's like you don't want that, and it's just like, but you never understand the whole process of it, because you let the manipulations of society and the emotions of the world control you, because this world is a soul trap, and the only way to leave it is to balance out everything, become one with the planet, and then hell, maybe when we become one with the planet, we could leave this planet and go see the fucking universe, because that's what we're supposed to be doing, instead of just fighting over this little ass island. And then something bigger is going to come by and see what we're doing and take us over, and that's it. But because why the fuck would they want to be with us? Because we don't even like each other. We're afraid of AI, because the only reason why we're afraid of AI is because we're afraid of each other. They don't want something that's going to be smarter than them, because they might lose their power. And then something stronger than them, because guess what? They're out of power. And their whole society has been based around power and manipulation. It's like M&Ms. It's either motivate them or manipulate them, but it's just the M&Ms that they're doing is just for their own power. Like those famous people and rich past people and politicians, they sat next to you, they really wouldn't give two shits about you. They may say they do, but this whole world's like it's like a resume. You can give the best resume and be the shittiest employee and not even know nothing that you put on that resume, because we're just a word-based society and not an action-based society. But if you step back and look at our actions, just do it. Just look at it. Put your emotions aside and actually look at stuff. And that's the only way to truly see this world, is to say once you can see past the illusions, you can see the world in its true form. And I see the world in its true form. I don't have emotions. I don't look at people with color. I look at people as good and bad, because that's the only thing it is good and bad. But you always got to have that, but you got to thin it out a little bit. We're way too passive, and then way too aggressive, and then it's like a immovable object hitting an unstoppable force. And we know what that happens when that happens. In 17 months, I'm hoping actually it's the aliens, that they do come down and take us over, because we're children. The entire planet's just children. And we're like at a big ass schoolyard just fighting around, kicking dirt and throwing shit at each other, because that's all we know. That's all we've been known. And because that's all that we were allowed to know. And we need to step back and actually know thyself. And it's not decorating everything. Yeah, I have this, but that's to actually keep me on my balance of everything that I'm trying to do. And people even look at stuff that I've done and they don't like it, because they are afraid of the mirror. Because they're afraid to see their true selves in the mirror. And I'm going to let this go, and I might make another one. Like I said, I'll write up on the board here about actually something that I saw during meditation. It's kind of like the Kabbalah symbols, but it's like my own little stuff in there. And yeah, we'll just go ahead and do that later. All right, thanks, bye.